Hey, it's Rick here from MathLite, and have you ever used acronyms in your classroom? So I use them all the time, and one of my favorites is Ask the Mams. So what is the Mams? Does my answer make sense? And I train my kids to ask the Mams. Well, hey, that's not really the thought of this video. The thought is this. The other day in class, we were going through order of operations. And so do you use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally? Well, you know, it used to be that for many years I really didn't use please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And you know, the reason behind it was that I wanted my students to understand that the order of operations is what you do inside of parentheses or when no parentheses are present. And that's evaluate all exponents, do multiplication and or division left to right, then do addition and or subtraction from left to right. But you know, in the last few years I thought, you know what, I should just give them the please excuse the dear Aunt Sally, and you know what? Most of them use it anyhow, right? And I'm sure you do as well. Please excuse your dear Aunt Sally. But here's the thing, it came up a Friday in class. I had never caught this before, would not have realized that a student might be thinking this way. And, you know, maybe you have. I've been teaching for 32 years now and just never thought of this before. And here's what happened. Here's what came up and here's what I found out. All right, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So we were working through a problem like this one here. And what the student wanted to do was the multiplication, the 2 times the 3, before doing the division. And their logic was this: please excuse my, right? That M is there. The my for multiplication is definitely before the D for division. Oh, it's so simple. How did I not see this many years ago? Well, I guess I'm a little thick. Maybe you're not. But perhaps you're like me and you just always assume, hey, when I teach them multiplication and or division from left to right are the words I say. But when they were using the acronym, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, this one student was thinking, well, no, I do multiplication before I do my division. It allowed me to pause and clarify this to the class, and I'm sure from this point on I'll use that clarification. Hey class, if you want to use the acronym, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, please keep my dear together, and please keep Aunt Sally together, and they go together, and it's whichever one you come to be first, moving left to right. Hey, it's a simple thing, but you know what, sometimes we have to get into the minds of the kids to really be able to determine how to meet their needs. And I'm glad I met this student's need this day, and I'm sure it's what happens in a lot of other students. She was thinking, I've got to do the multiplication before the division, and it simply was not the key. Hey, acronyms, I think they're great. I think they're useful. They help us. Let's just be careful that we're clear and teach our students how to use them correctly. All right, that's my thought today.